What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. I'm Isaac, and today we have a trailer reaction to The Last of Us Season 2. Man, what should I say about this? I've been anticipating this one for a while, can't believe it's finally here, because The Last of Us, when that first dropped, not just me, all of us, was super, that was the show, right? That was super hype. It was exciting. It was like one of the more better adaptations from a video game to live action shows, right? If I remember correctly, most people was on board. It was great, it was good. At the very least, it was okay for a lot of people, but man, for me, Pedro Pascal, just chef's kiss. I love him. He's just such a good actor, and the rest of the whole cast and crew, it was just a whole well-produced show. Everything was great, from the actual set designs was insane, to keeping it as true as much as they can to the game as possible in terms of scenes and lines. The characters actually meshing well together in terms of physical chemistry between each other, but also just as them playing the characters. Not only look like the characters, but in terms of also just having that same feeling of, wow, I'm playing the video game for the first time. At least that's what I heard, because to be honest, I haven't really played the video game myself. I've watched a lot of clips. I've seen other people talk about it that they've played it, and it does match pretty well. So I'm going a lot off their word and what I've seen from clips and stuff. So, and no, I haven't played the game since watching The Last of Us. I really do want to, but I just haven't gotten around time and getting it and all that. But other than that, the show itself, season 1, was really intense, emotional. Some things happened in the show that I can't believe happened. And we really ended on a cliffhanger in terms of, Joel saving Ellie. We remember inside that hospital compound thing for them. And he just went off. He went one-man army. He's like, you know what? I made a connection with Ellie. She's reminds me of my daughter in terms of caring for her, in terms of someone actually reminding him of her, but in a way where it's not forced. It's just her natural ability to be there and be a person to wake Joel up from this, rut he's been in for the last however long it's been. I think it's been 20 years. To even put those memories back into his heart and mind of oh right, I do have feelings and I do have those feelings. This girl has reawoken this emotional connection that I have to humanity and to the memories and the remembrance of my daughter and family and my brother Tommy, and it's it's very emotional, I should say so, because their relationship, although started estranged and it was just more of a mission for Joel, the connection they built was this. They went through some stuff. It was super fast in terms of the switch up of how he changed, because he actually let his guard down after Ellie went through that, traumatic episode, and we all know what happened to her when she got kidnapped by those, I don't know, crazy people. I forget what they were called or their name or their town, but yeah, season 1 was great. And yeah, let's just get into this quick. I wouldn't say this is an official trailer. I would say this is a teaser or something. But yeah, let's just get into this quick teaser trailer, if you will. Here we go. Ooh. And that's it. Well, there you have it, everyone. That was The Last of Us. It said this specific video I found, it says official trailer, but I'm gonna say teaser trailer because it was really quick. And man, but even in those few seconds, like 30 seconds or however long this video actually is, it's gonna be so much more emotional. Like, I feel like, because we all know Joel has this lie that he's keeping up with Ellie at the end, where he told her, and she said it, like asked him this question to his face, like, you know, were you telling the truth when he told her that like it didn't work or they didn't have the cure, or I forget the exact lines he said, what he said to her, but it's basically, you know, he lied to her, saying like, oh no, yeah, there's other kids, or you know, they're trying it out with them, or like it didn't work this time or whatever. But we all know the truth. He just went straight assassination on them, because in order to like even try to attempt to get a cure from Ellie, they'd have to do like this, you know, they'd have to do this like brain surgery, because it's like the fungus, the cord live in the brain, which that sucks so much and so unfortunate. But yeah, so she would basically end up dying and being sacrificed in order to find this cure, which, again, Joel deep down thinks she might have made that choice, because she seemed like she wanted to in the end too, like for all of this to be over. So who knows? I mean, maybe she would have not, because of the connection she made with Joel, but I'm gonna go on the fence and say she probably would have. But either way, you know, at the end of the day, it was her choice. So that's why this lie, I feel like it's gonna be a heavy burden on Joel. It's gonna be like this fixated tension we focus on throughout the season. I feel like between these characters of he's lying to her, she has a feeling, she doesn't know exactly what it is, but she has a feeling probably that he is lying to her, and he might even feel like she knows he's lying to her, which might bring the tension up even higher between these characters, which really sucks, because at the very end we got finally Ellie and Joel, this close connection that I really like, and I really enjoy their chemistry between each other. It's like very cute. I feel like this was really good for Joel after losing his daughter, and like this is something that, like, again, his daughter can never be replaced, but this is something that can, like, at most, you know, fill that void of emptiness, and like sharing that love of this close connection, because since Ellie is a daughter figure to him, it can always still remind him of his daughter as well, so that it's like a whole family of spirit. They're all together with each other, and yeah, so Ellie, I don't know how she's gonna react when she finds out the truth. I hope it's not that bad. I mean, there's most likely gonna be like a fight, some tension. I feel like, especially because it's live action. I don't know if this happened in the game, but because it's live action, of course, everything's gonna be dramatized. So I'm gonna expect a fight, maybe an overreaction. Well, I wouldn't say overreaction. It's well in her right. Again, it was her choice at the end of the day. But then again, you gotta understand where Joel was coming from. You know, he was coming from a good place. He made this connection with her, and he didn't want her to die. And yes, in that moment, he was selfish. But come on, all of us who are judging Joel, like, if that was a family member or a close one or someone we loved in this like apocalyptic world, and that's all we really had left, you guys telling me you wouldn't make the same choice and being just a tiny bit selfish and saying, you know what, the world's already screwed, so screw it even more, and saying like, I'm gonna keep this one thing alive that's in my life, because I don't even really believe there's a way of going back anyway. Even if I do allow this to happen, it's like still like 50-50 chance of like her just dying for nothing, right? Who knows if this cure really would work for everyone, and if they could actually like create like this vaccine from it. But so I can understand where Joel's coming from, but again, I can understand the people that say, and how Ellie's most likely gonna feel, like at the end of the day, it was her choice. So I really feel bad for Joel, because he's, throughout the season, it looks like it's holding in his heart. Now, what we actually saw on screen, it was just like some quick, real fast. It looks like they were spending a lot more time in the forest, because in the first season, it was a lot more where they originally were, was like more desolate and just like broken down town. And then when they went over to Tommy's, it was more like snowy pastures. But now it looks like they're gonna be. It's more around. I'm gonna say like, I don't know, summertime or something, because they're in the forest. Everything looks more green. It looks, or spring maybe. Who knows? Yeah, that's gonna be an interesting dynamic, because it's the location of how these shots are for this specific show in terms of like the hordes of the actual like fungus people, zombies. You would say. I forget what the actual technical name is of them. I gotta re-look it up. But you know, because the way they did it for season 1, there was that one shot when they were in that one part of the abandoned town where like they all started coming out of the ground. We all know this. And Joel's in the building with the sniper, and Ellie them are down there and stuff. And man, even though it was dark, they lit it so well. Like that's how you do it well. That's how you do a nighttime scene. You know, like again, I love Game of Thrones, but calling you out, Game of Thrones, you know, I'm sorry. I mean, that was a cool battle between everyone and, you know, the White Walkers and all that, but it would have been even more epic if we could see what was really going on. It was so dark, I couldn't see anything. But the way they did it in The Last of Us was like, yes, this is how you do a nighttime scene. It's dark, but it's still super well lit, where you can see everything that's going on. But yeah, I can't wait for the dynamic of the forest, like being in the forest. That's gonna be a cool play on like stunt scenes and action and like choreography in terms of like, you know, hiding, running, jumping, new people, new problems. That's what we're gonna probably get ahead of, because it looked like there was people who were like capturing Ellie and like people with like torches in the forest. I don't know. It's every time in these type of like apocalyptic world type shows or movies, there's always different organizations, different groups, in different locations, in different like settings and environments, and for some reason that's how they get molded into that type of environment. So based off this little teaser, it didn't look like they're the friendliest of people, but hey, knowing Joel, he's still gonna always do everything he can to save Ellie, and I'm super excited. Looks like there's gonna be some, just like season 1, some great action, some good story, and some very high stakes tension scenes, which I love and I can't wait for. And just everything that encompasses The Last of Us while being adapted from a video game is what I want to see future shows and movies do. Like, there are only a few shows or movies that are adapted from a video game or an anime that I can think of kind of works. And literally when I say just a few, I mean like less than a handful, maybe a couple at most. So I'm like, please, future like movies and shows that are being adapted for anime and video games, like watch these shows and these movies or whatever. Even though there's not much of them, there's like 2 or 3. Learn from them, and that's how I want to see, you know, adaptations being done from here on out. No excuses. Anyway, guys, sorry, I have to get on a rant there because I'm just so sick and tired. Like, how can they do MCU and these like super cool movies and blockbuster movies with this, you know, cool, great CGI and awesome action, blah, blah, blah. People with powers too, but they always fail on, and good stories, but they always fail with like adapting an anime or a video game. It's like, how? You already proven you can make like people with powers look good on screen, and you can give good stories. Why do they fail a lot on anime and video games? I just don't get it. I really don't. I really don't get it. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna stop here before I go too much longer on a rant. Let me know down in the comments. Are you guys hyped? Excited for The Last of Us Season 2? Let me know if you guys played the video game and how is it? And actually tell me, is it true that between the video game and the live action show, The Last of Us, are they really close? And are they keeping it true to the actual video game? Or is it actually way more far off than I think? And they're like, no, they're butchering this and that, or this is so much more different from the video game. Just let me know down in the comments. And yeah, guys, thanks for liking, sharing, subscribing. commenting, all that great stuff. And until next time, see you guys on the next reaction. Peace.